Fewer retirees and more young children is just one of the ways the South Florida Jewish community is changing. Newly released results from a new study by the Jewish Federation of South Palm Beach County is helping local leaders better meet the needs of its citizens there. Here to share the Federation's findings is Stuart Silver, Vice President of Community Planning. Mr. Silver, good to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you. Let's talk about this study and why this is so important, conducted by Brandeis University for your organization. So talk more about it.
Certainly. About every 10 years or so, we want to update information that we know about our community. Not only raw data, such as the numbers, or their ages, or how they participate in Jewish life, but we want to know how they feel about things, what their attitudes are, what they want us to do. We serve a planning function. We are the ones that want to coordinate what is needed in the community, what is desired in the community. And we try to prioritize based on what the community wants us to do and in combination with the knowledge that we have as to needs. So for example, we are concerned about people who are at or near or just at a poverty level.
Sure.
or just managing, just getting by because they have needs and we have agencies to help them.
Yeah.
We're concerned about people with special needs, whether it's physical disabilities, behavioral disabilities, cognitive disabilities, for special programs that we have for them to make sure that they are included in the population, included in our programs and services. That's a very important thing. We want to make sure that Jewish life in our synagogues is vibrant and that we are supporting the synagogues and what they want to provide in terms of Jewish continuity. There are a whole different types of things that we want to be able to afford our community on an optimal level. So about every 10 years or so, we want to know the data that correlates with what we should be doing.
And just to give people an idea of the size of this community, it consists of 134,200 adults and kids, which is an increase for you of about 3% from 2005. So definitely that community is growing, is it not?
It is, and those are Jewish persons, adults and children, living within Jewish households. And it consists of people that live in Boca Raton, and in Delray Beach, and in Highland Beach, Florida.
So one of the things you mentioned is that some of the folks are living on the economic edge, 1 in 5, according to this report. Did that surprise you?
I think it surprises many people.
Yeah.
Because I think Boca Raton is typically thought of as a very affluent community.
Yeah.
And to know that 1 out of 5 is struggling is eye-opening. We have very many programs that help the hungry, that help the needy, that help those in financial distress. And we want to make sure that they know about us so that we can be as helpful as we can.
And you also mentioned, too, about folks who have disabilities or have special needs. According to the report, 28% of households has someone with some sort of special need. So,
correct.
Again, you go back and connect those folks. You reach, are they identified in this report? Can you go to them? You know who those folks are to get them the help they need?
We do not, because the survey is taken anonymously.
All right.
But we can, by us marketing and promoting the study and making people aware of what our concerns are, they will come to us, hopefully, and they will identify that they have needs. And we can put them in touch with resources, both secular and Jewish, throughout the community that will help them and their families support what they need.
With the increase of children, more children now are in the community. How does that change everything?
It's a very exciting development for us. We were typically known as a retirement community.
Yeah.
While the number of seniors has been relatively constant, the number of children in our community has doubled from the last survey. And what that means is there are opportunities to reach out to young Jewish families, to offer Jewish education, both informal and formal, to make sure that we're offering trips to all ages to Israel, because that is a real desire on the part of our community. People feel very attached to the state of Israel. And I could go on and on in terms of why it is that we feel we have new territory to engage in.
Sure.
The study is really about engagement and how people are acting as Jews in our community. And we find that some are very immersed and involved while others are not. They may celebrate holidays, but they don't necessarily get otherwise involved. We have to find ways to reach all of them, to enhance their experience in the way that they want to practice their Judaism. And that's one of the focal points that we're striving to do.
A very exciting time, I think, for your community, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. And you can read the full report on our Facebook page at Your South FL.